I've come from the dark, deep past to bring these men together, and each one shall give what they have left till there is nothing left.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Oh, hi there. I didn't see you come in. Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie. This is Capricorn. And this little pumpkin is Aloy. And it's her favorite time of the year. I thought I would give you guys a Christmas present this year. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then I apologize. But I don't feel bad about giving a gift, so take it and like it. This deck is called FOLKIN Survivors. Why? Because we're going back to Merfolk Tribal with Leyline of Transformation, except we're going the extra mile, we're turning it up to 11, and we're cross-pollinating the synergies with survival creatures from Duskmourn, because we're already trying to tap down all of our creatures all of the time. Let's get even more value out of it. I think this deck might be better than my other Merfolk Tribal deck. And yeah, you deserve this. You've been good this year. So this one's for you. Please like the video. Help me get out to more people. That would be my Christmas present. Also subscribe if you're new. Catch me live Monday through Friday over on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/quarantine Capricorn. I'm live and I'm breathing. I'm there and I'm streaming. Happy holidays. Let's break down the deck. So another insane brew here. We're going back to Merfolk Tribal, which if you guys remember, I did a deck tech last week, just dipping my toe into the craziness we can try to brew for Merfolk Tribal using Leyline of Transformation. This is a 4-mana enchantment, but if it starts in your opening hand, you get to start with it on the battlefield. And you get to choose a creature type. Every creature in your deck, in your hand, in play, becomes that creature type, which is just absolutely nuts with our Merfolk synergies. We're using 4 Deeproot Pilgrimage, 2-mana enchantment. Whenever one or more non-token Merfolk you control become tapped, create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token with hexproof. The key there is it has to be a non-token Merfolk that becomes tapped. So we need as many actual cards that are creatures that become Merfolk with Leyline of Transformation to get as much value out of the Pilgrimage as possible. And then we're also running Vodalian Hexcatcher, a 2-mana 1/1 flash Merfolk that gives all other Merfolk +1/+1, which if every creature in our deck is a Merfolk, that's going to buff up our entire board, including all of the tokens we're making with the Pilgrimage. But also, you can sacrifice any Merfolk to counter a non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. So if we can just go super wide with Merfolk, we can basically keep our opponent from ever playing another non-creature spell again for the rest of the game. Now, the new direction we're taking this idea in is a Simic direction, specifically trying to cross-pollinate the synergies of this Merfolk Tribal with Leyline of Transformation with the survival mechanic that came out in Duskmourn, because I realized that we're constantly trying to tap things down to get more Merfolk out of Pilgrimage anyway. So if we have more ways to get value off of tapping things down, then we have ways for the deck to be good even when we're not leveraging the Pilgrimage. Even when we don't necessarily have Leyline of Transformation, we can still get some insane value out of the survival mechanic from all of the different things in this deck that are working towards tapping things down, both for the Pilgrimage and now for this survival mechanic. So we're running 4 copies of Defiant Survivor, 3-mana 3/2 with survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Defiant Survivor is tapped, you manifest Dread. We have a ton of ways in this deck to tap down our creatures ourselves, to not have to actually swing with them and put them in harm's way. So not only are we getting Merfolk off of this guy when we tap him and a Leyline is down, but even if the Leyline isn't down and we tap him after combat, we get to manifest Dread, take a card from the top, put it into play as a face down creature, and even though it's kind of like it's making a token creature every turn, it's technically not a token, it's a face down card, which means that new creature that we get off of Defiant Survivor's survival ability actually can be tapped to make a merfolk with Deeproot Pilgrimage, excuse me, if Leyline is down, and turning everything into a merfolk, which is an insane amount of synergy. It works out super well. It gives us another reason to run things in the deck that tap everything down, even if we don't have that synergy online. And we do have some insane ways of tapping things down. 4 copies of Flywheel Racer because it has Crew 1. The big thing with Deeproot Pilgrimage is you have to tap a merfolk down independently, one at a time, in order to get a merfolk token off of each one, because it says whenever one or more non-token merfolk become tapped, which means if they all become tapped at the same time because you're attacking with all of them, or they just all get tapped by the same thing at the same time instead of separate instances, you're only going to get one merfolk. So you have to find ways of tapping each creature down independently. Crew 1 is the absolute best way, because even if you've already crewed this, you can still crew 1, crew 1, crew 1, a bunch of different activated triggers, and slowly tap down each of your creatures one at a time to get them to each pump out a token. Or if you get lucky enough to get 2 Deeproot Pilgrimages into play, you can pump out 2 tokens for each one, and it starts to get really, really insane. And remember, all of those tokens can be sacrificed to counter non-creature spells unless its controller pays 1. So we start to get insane value and just lock our opponent out of the game, which is nuts. Flywheel Racer can also attack with Vigilance and then be tapped to add mana of any color, which means we can get even more value onto the field quicker by using this as mana as well as a way to tap things down and swing in for damage. It kind of just does everything we want. And you got to remember too, with Leyline of Transformation down, all of our vehicles will count as merfolks as soon as they are crewed and become creatures. So this will become a merfolk, and then when we tap it for mana or any other reason, it will also create another another token off of Deeproot Pilgrimage, which is nuts. We're also running 2 copies of Subterranean Schooner, a 3/4 vehicle which also crews 1, and it lets the target creature that crewed it explore when it does. And then we're also running 2 copies of Enduring Vitality, a 3/3 Vigilance creature for 3 that gives all of your creatures the ability to tap to add a mana of any color. This means we could just tap down each of our creatures independently without needing to crew 1, and we get mana off of it to cast even more stuff, which is nuts. And it's super hard for them to get rid of Enduring Vitality, because if it dies, it just comes back as the non-creature version, and we still have access to all of those ways to tap down our stuff, which is nuts. We are also running 1 copy of 𝐭𝐿 Rescue Beastie, because if we get this down, and we manage to tap this, not only do we get a merfolk off of it if the Leyline of Transformation is down, but after combat we get to put any permanent from our hand into play for free, which means if we didn't start with that Leyline of Transformation in our opening hand, but we ended up drawing into it later, now we can just play the Leyline of Transformation out for free, and we don't have to feel like we're wasting a turn or taking a turn off just playing a Leyline of Transformation. It's another way of getting that Leyline out there for free, but if we don't need the Leyline, we can just put anything out there for free, and it's just more ways of getting even more value. That being said, we don't have any really crazy cards in this deck, no huge drops we're trying to get out with 𝐭𝐿, so I am going to stick to just 1 since it's legendary, but I still think it's worth adding the 1. We're also running 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. Now that we're in Simic and we're using green, we can run the elves to not only ramp all of our things out quicker and start to get everything online quicker, but also it's another thing that can tap itself to add mana, which means if we have Leyline out, we could turn 1 Llanowar Elves, turn 2 play a Deeproot Pilgrimage, then tap the elves for mana, and make a merfolk right then and there on turn 2. Get started super early. It's just very synergistic, and it's one of the best cards in Standard right now. Being able to ramp you out a whole mana starting on turn 1 is nuts. The fact that it can tap and do things just plays into our synergies that much more. We're also running 4 copies of Cenote Scout, because it's another card we can play on 1, start to get, go wide with creatures that are actually creatures and not tokens, so that we can get that value off of the Pilgrimage and the Hexcatcher. But it also explores when it comes into play, which means we get to dig for lands, don't have to waste our time drawing lands. If there's a land on top, we get to draw it for free. If there isn't, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on. But if we need our lands, we can actually take that card and put it in the graveyard and get one turn closer to drawing the land that we need. But also, this is just a merfolk already. So in games where we don't necessarily have the Leyline of Transformation on already, it's another thing that can get value off of the Deeproot Pilgrimage without that being online, which is really nice. We're also going to run 3 copies of Mockingbird because it's just absolutely insane. Not only can it come down as a 1-drop creature that counts as a merfolk if you have the Leyline out and just start to go wider that much quicker for Deeproot Pilgrimage and for Vodalian Hexcatcher and all of that, but it can copy any of the creatures in our deck. And if we have Leyline of Transformation out, it is still going to be a merfolk no matter what we copy, which is nuts. So we can make a copy of Defiant Survivor and now have a flying Defiant Survivor that hopefully counts as a merfolk that is going to spit out even more creatures every turn. We can copy an Enduring Vitality if we want. We can copy the Vodalian Hexcatcher so that now all of our merfolk get buffed up an additional +1/+1, plus it will be flying. And if they manage to kill one of the Hexcatchers, we still have the other one up so that we still have access to counterspell. The ability to counterspell things. So there's just a lot you can do with the Mockingbird, not even counting the fact that we could potentially copy a vehicle after we crew it, and we can copy their creatures, except our version will have flying, and it will still be a merfolk from Leyline, even though we copied their creatures. So 3 Mockingbirds, I'd love to fit 4. I have no idea how we can fit a 4th one in, though. The deck is so tight. So we're running with 3. And the last card that we're running is Meeting of Minds. It's just too good not to. A lot of times the only way this deck can lose is just running out of gas. But having 4 copies of Meeting of Minds is an easy way to gas up. We make so many creatures so quick that we can a lot of times play this for free without having to tap a single land. We just tap 4 of our tokens or whatever. But what you want to do is when you convoke this, tap 1 non-token creature and then have the rest be tokens that you tap to pay for it. Because the way that Deeproot Pilgrimage is worded, whenever 1 or more non-token merfolk become tapped, you get 1 token. Means if you were to tap down 4 actual creatures that weren't tokens in order to pay for the Meeting of Minds, you're only going to get 1 merfolk anyway, because they all get tapped at the same time with Convoke. So the best way to use this, tap 1 creature that's not a token, tap 3 tokens, don't pay any mana, draw cards, save all of your mana to play the things that you draw into. But there is versatility there. If you have to tap down multiple actual creatures that aren't tokens, you can. If you have to use a little bit of actual mana, you can. There's versatility in how you can cast this, and you can block with things before casting this. So let your opponent attack, declare your blocks, and then before you go to combat damage, convoke those creatures, get to play a Meeting of Minds for free, draw some cards, and it can be super valuable and draw you into all of your pieces that you need that much quicker. The mana base is also super important. We're running 1 Restless Vinestalk because we can turn it into a creature that will then count as a merfolk and trigger our merfolk synergies. We're also running 1 3-tree city because we can play it and name merfolk, and we go so wide with merfolk, especially once a Leyline of Transformation is online, that we can make like a metric ton of mana with 3-tree city. It's absolutely absurd. And then we're running 2 copies of Fountain Port because we make a ton of tokens in this deck with the Deeproot Pilgrimage, and this is just a way to draw an extra card every turn by sacking one of those tokens. And since it's so easy for us to make a ton of mana, whether it's with 3-tree city or Enduring Vitality or the Llanowar Elves or the Flywheel Racer tapping for mana, like there's so many ways to get extra mana in this deck that it's super easy to just have the mana up to do that. And then we have the versatility as well of getting to create 1/1 blue fish creature tokens, which will also count as merfolk if we have the Leyline out, so they're better than just being fish tokens. This card is it's just really good in this deck. It does a lot of the things we want the deck to do. We do have to be a little bit careful about our colors and making sure we have enough colors to play everything. So I am only going to run 2 copies of this, but it's absolutely worth including. The rest of the decks is an assortment of dual lands, Fabled Passage basics. If you want the full breakdown, the deck list is in the description, so check it out there. But I'm done talking about this. It's time to see it in action because it's awesome. You got to see some of these games. We go so stupid wide. We lock our opponent out of the game. They can't do anything about it. They're just dead. I'm going to shut up. Let's check it out. All right, this looks pretty good. It's not perfect because we don't have blue for the Pilgrimage on 2. But I still think we go for it. I still think we go for it. Worst case scenario, we can get the Flywheel Racer out, and we can Fabled Passage to find blue. Pass turn. Oh, I forgot to crack it. I'm such a moron. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to crack it. I can't believe I forgot to crack it. I mean, I guess our best bet is to do this. Let's crack this. Let's crew this. Swing here for 3. And manifest. Doesn't really matter, does it? We don't want to give away the Pilgrimage yet and show them that we have it. So we'll hide it as a face down card for now, instead of putting it in the graveyard. Essence Channeler. So, as much as I would like to just play those Pilgrimages, we don't have any merfolk yet. Do I attack in? All right. Trade with the Flywheel Racer. See what we hit off the Defiant Survivor. Damn it. We want that in our hand. Once again, we will hide it. We really need a Leyline. I can't believe we just milled a Leyline. Enduring Innocence, sure. I cannot believe we just milled a Leyline. At least we have a Cenote Scout in play now. It's not the worst ever. Enduring Vitality. Put the Pilgrimage out. Alright. We've got more card draw. We've got a giant board. Maybe we don't even need the Merfolk synergies sometimes. Depending on the game. Right? We just win through crazy survivorness. I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to try harder. Okay. Double Meeting of Minds. Could you imagine? Alright. Now everything. Tap for Convoke. Tap for Convoke. Tap for Convoke. Wait, undo Z. Tap for mana of any color. That's what we need. Alright. Now we did tap one actual Merfolk because of the Cenote Scout, so we will get those 2 tokens. We're going to get to play the Pilgrimage for free. So we will hold up Meeting of Minds to play on his turn after the other Pilgrimage is out. Right? Well, we don't really have any Merfolk that can trigger it anymore. Still, I think it makes sense. No attacks. Pilgrimage down. End the turn. Could you imagine if all of these were Merfolk right now? We would be popping. We would absolutely be popping. Even without, I think we're going to get there, though. Just need the Leyline. But I love that we can win even without it. Even with wasting 3 Pilgrimages that aren't really doing anything for us right now. We're just going wide with a ton of creatures and getting value off of survival. That's what's cool about this version of the deck. We don't have to have the Merfolk synergies to pop off. We've got a whole other side of the deck that we can lean into. Add a blue. There's the Leyline. Eight, 7. I mean, it's fine. We'll chump block there. Now we just need something to actually tap down our dudes. Right? Watch this craziness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Give me some tokens. You better win real quick. You better win real quick. Well, we can't really attack in with 𝐿𝐿, right? We could make 1 billion mana here. An absolute billion mana. We could copy anything on the board. Is there anything that can tap a creature? Anything at all that can tap a creature? Alright. I guess... we're gonna trick him into blocking a Kona. That's what we're gonna do. Because we don't really need the Kona anymore. We have 1 billion mana. We really want the Defiant Survivor to stick, to be honest. There's the Hexcatcher. We're almost there. We can have a big flying merfolk next turn. I just have to think about what I actually want to copy. I think maybe the Life Creed duo? I think the Life Creed duo is what I want. Or I could copy the other Hexcatcher and just win. Nah, we'll do it this way. Oh wait, hold on. Undo. We only need that. 1. Copy the Life Creed duo. And then we go completely insanely off the rails. We have too much mana. We just don't have anything to use it on. We have so much mana. So much mana. We probably have lethal. 10. These are all going to be doubled, so we're talking 22, 25, 28, 31, no, 30, 34 damage. He's got the lifelink there. So we are going to have to play it slow and steady. No. That almost made me attack. That almost made me attack. End the turn. We can gain an absolute metric ton of life and counter every single non-creature spell for the rest of time. And block everything. Tyvar the Pummeler might be a good idea. Choose artifact or enchantment, destroy all permanents of the chosen type. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not gonna happen. Get out of here with that. Look at all the mana we could make. Insane. Just make 3 every time. Gain 3 life every time. Laddering with, huh? Exactly. Exactly. That's what we do around here. He's seen enough. Oh, God. We don't have very many tap lands in the deck at all, but we ended up getting 2 of them, which is kind of a bummer. But we'll keep this, we'll submit, and we will name Merfolk. See what we can do. I have confidence in us, in our ability, in the ability of my cat to rip apart my Christmas tree. Alright, that's a Plains. Hey, we top decked a Yavimaya Coast. Amazing. Amazing. Go ahead. Anoint it. You think I really give a shit? We're going to play the Vinestalk. We want to get that Enduring Vitality out first, I think. Man, do we have a lot of land. A lot of land. A lot of land. Mazy, mindy. Tome. Alright, we'll end the turn. We will end the turn, putting a page counter on the Maze Mind Tome. Cat, you need to stop ripping apart the presents. Or you will get fought. Caretaker's talent. That would require me to sacrifice everything. Everything. Alright, let's grab a forest. Let's go like this. Let's see, the Vinestalker could become a 5/5. But it would take all of the mana. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Don't think we want to risk getting in for 10. We'll end the turn. My biggest fear right now is that he Sunfalls next turn. Right? So I don't want to commit my last creature to the board right before I'm about to get my Pilgrimage just to hit a Sunfall. That feels very bad. Fire alarm. Day of Judgment. Well, I could make him... I can counterspell that. That's fine. We are going to counterspell that. Unless you pay 1. We are going to counterspell that. Unless you pay 1. We are going to... Wait. Crew here. I want to keep my Hexcatchers, both of them. We are going to counterspell that by sacking the vehicle. Unless you pay 1. Sir? You're going to attack with just 1 Hexcatcher. Because we can only get more than 1 Merfolk token if we tap them separately. We want to hold off all of his counterspells as best we can. And then have lethal next turn. That's the goal. Day of Judgment. We'd have to sacrifice everything. Green. One, two, three, four. Both of these have summoning sickness, right? Counterspell. Unless you pay 1. Counterspell. Unless you pay 1. One second, Bluppy. Counterspell. Unless you pay 1. Good night. Good fight. Don't think you're gonna gain enough life. You're gonna go up to 8. And you are still dead, sir. Good night. We absolutely kept that hand. Good grief. Submit. Merfolk. Alright, we're going to start with Fabled Passage, pass turn. It does stink that we don't have an untapped green mana on one. That would have been way better, but it's fine. I think my dog wants to be on camera. Hi. Hello. Hello, Bo. Are you trying to get on camera? Are you trying to kick me off? What's going on here? Give me that merfolk token, baby. What else we got? We got a Llanowar Elf. I don't think we need the elf anymore. We got Enduring Vitality coming down next turn. Alright, here we go. Blue. Let's attack and make some merfolk, baby. It's FOLKIN time. Right? It's FOLKIN time. Terror Tide? Well, that's just rude. It's fine, though. We're pretty set up. I don't think this will work, but we're gonna try. Nope, because it becomes tapped before it's a merfolk. That's a bummer. Pillaging the Bog. Oh god, I don't want to know. Wonder if this deck uses Awaken the Woods. I don't know if I want to waste the Mockingbird. Let's just pass. We'll copy one of his creatures. Spelunking. Sure. How much spelunking will be done? Falling Wilds. Maybe I should have just played the Mockingbird. I don't know if he's going to play a creature anytime soon. Another Pillage the Bog, sure. So he's definitely trying to find something that will trigger off landfall, because he's saving the Fabled Passage. 3 Tree City. I mean, I guess we'll go, Merfolk? Oh, he's finding the land. Which means... I don't want to attack because he's just going to kill it, right? Anoints it. That's fine. So we get a 1/1 flying hexproof merfolk that can tap to make other merfolk. That's actually really good. The hexproof that it gets from the token is awesome. Yeah, Mockingbird is sick in this. Makes me wonder if that other card would be good too. Silent Hall Creeper. Maybe Silent Hall Creeper would be awesome. Get a little card draw, make our dude a little bit bigger, and then turn it into whatever merfolk we want. Lumra. Well, if it doesn't get trample, we have like jump blockers forever. He didn't get the Vine Lasher out in time, so we can't do it that way. I guess he could have, like, he can't use the escape tunnel to win. I guess, theoretically, he could have, like, Burn Together? But I don't think he's got the red. He's got to have some kind of combo win, right? Pitiless Carnage. So he's probably going to try to play an Aftermath Analyst. He doesn't have enough to play it and pop it, though, does he? No, he's one short, I think. Oh, he can use the escape tunnel. Lumra's dead, because he sacked his last land, because he realized he needed it, and if he wants to play the Aftermath Analyst and pop it in the same turn, right? Did he not find the land? Did he run out? Oh no. Oh no. All of his lands are gone. He made a boo-boo. He made a very big boo-boo. This actually looks good. We've got our Leyline of Transformation. We've got Llanowar Elves on 1. Like, you can't ask for much more than that. Yes, that is good. Give me the list. Give me the list. Dragolf? Is that like a dragon wolf? Or a dragon that really likes to go for a birdie? Get it? A birdie. Golf. Dumb things are great. Do you have Innkeeper's Talent in your doubling season deck as well, Army? My cat's the best hunter, man. We had these fruit flies, and man, she's been going nuts. She's been vigilant all night. We hear her catching those damn things. I left some bananas around too long. That was the problem. They were a couple days past ripe, we'll just say. Okay, submit the ley line. We're going to name Merfolk. We're going to start with the coast. Play Llanowar Elves. Play the Defiant Survivor on 2. That should be pretty good. I'm excited about it. He's like, what are you doing? Merfolk. Do we play the Defiant Survivor? Or do we play the Pilgrimage? We should go Survivor. The sooner we get that out, the better chance we have of it actually surviving, pardon the pun, and getting some work in. So we'll try and make that happen. This man doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, why you got a bunch of merfolk that aren't merfolk? Lunar Convocation. Deeproot Pilgrimage. Oh, I forgot we get one. So we need to make sure. We should have only attacked with the Survivor. We should have tapped the Llanowar Elves separately. We would have gotten 2 tokens. That's on me. That's fine. That's quacktastic. I think we're going to grab an island with the passage. Play the Starscape Cleric. Alright. Alright. We're gonna go. Give me a Merfolk. Play you. Then we're gonna go to combat. We're gonna attack with just you. Actually, we can attack with this. Because that's not something that can make a Merfolk anyway. Guess you? Convoke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll find a forest. Now we'll go turn you face up, tap you for a green, get some more mana. Then I think we finally do this. We'll go green. We'll play the Flywheel Racer. We'll go crew here. Then we can convoke here, here. Then we can play you. And then we can end the turn. Essence Channeler, sure. Sure. This is the most spicy build on the Citadel. Starscape Cleric. I see what you're going for. It's not bad, but we got you. We just went insano with 3-Tree City. This hand is kind of sort of close to dog shit. But we got the Cenote Scout, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Submit. Merfolk. Merfolk. Just a backup Merfolk, no big deal. Please give me a land, sir. Nope. Please give me a land, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that. I want him to try and shock it. You're not gonna shock it? Okay, fine. We'll do that. We'll do that. Bitter Reunion. I'm really tempted to just counterspell that. But I think it's better to counterspell the thing he tries to cast to get the Valgavoth out. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna get the Flywheel Racer out there. Let's see. Guess we just swing for 4, huh? But, worst case scenario, we can sack the Flywheel Racer to counterspell if we need to. Can't be countered! Oof. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. Take that. Take that. Well, that's kind of rough. That changes things. Except it doesn't. Probably gonna zombify next turn, right? So we have to hold up Hexcatcher. Haha, sucker. Sucker. Haha! Do I want to play the Defiant Survivor or the Mockingbird? Mockingbird gives me 2 Hexcatchers, which might be better. See what he's got. 2 removal spells for 2 Hexcatchers. That's fine. Wait, why did it do 5? Oh, white or blue. There will be no zombify for you, sir. Grab the prize. You are, in fact, grabbing the prize. Valgavoth's faithful. Nice. Alright, he has to block, or else he dies. We trigger the Survivor. We grab a Mockingbird. Mock. Yeah. Oh, he's done. He's had enough. Do we keep this, guys? I think we can keep this. I think we want to fetch blue with the Fabled Passage, because we have blue things to play sooner and not later. Pass the turn. I think we want the Flywheel Racer down first. Because we can make mana with it, right? Theoretically. Authority of the Consuls. It's also a way for us to get a creature past Authority of the Consuls. Oh, it's... Authority of the Consuls works in our favor, guys. Defiant Survivor will come into play tapped. That's awesome. And then it will trigger. That's great. That is wonderful. Same thing with Kona. Ugh, 2 ley lines. I mean, we definitely want a Hexcatcher. But we want a Hexcatcher at the end of his turn. We're not going to be able to use it to crew the Flywheel Racer this turn anyway because of Authority. But we want to sneak it in. So we have 3 mana, so we can play the Defiant Survivor. Another Leyline of Transformation? Dude. What is happening? What is even happening? Alright, we'll swing with 3. Vigilance. We'll play Defiant Survivor. Wait, what happened? Oh, I did it after attacks. I'm such a dummy. I needed to not attack with the Flywheel Racer. That's frustrating. That is very, very frustrating. Defiant Survivor. We'll do Cenote Scout, I guess. I mean, I guess it makes sense then to use the Flywheel Racer to turn it up. Attack me, Elenda. We just need one more land. We get that ley line down. We are golden. Golden. Why didn't it let me use the ability? That's weird. It just went right past. That's bizarre. Das ist bizarre. I think we'll go crew here. Schmack there. And then we could Meeting of the Minds, but we have to do it now. Botanical Sanctum. Well, we're going to take a pretty big hit this turn, But after that, we are pretty set up, guys. We are... going nutso. Absolutely nutso. We don't even need to play the ley line. We can play the 𝐭𝐿𝐵 and use 𝐭𝐿𝐵 to play the ley line. Oh, he's not even attacking. I guess we kind of have to do this now, right? No attacks. Trigger. We'll get another Defiant Survivor. And a 𝐭𝐿𝐵. Naming Merfolk. And the turn. Now we are sitting pretty. Real pretty. We can make 3 more Merfolk tokens this turn. Have 5 chump blockers. Kills the 𝐭𝐿𝐵. Fine. We don't need it anymore. We do not need it. Makes a fishy. Draws some cards. Merfolk in standard. It is busted. It's wonderful. Cut down. Come at me. No, you don't want to? Alright. Well, I'm going to make another one. You're going to gain some life. We got to make sure he doesn't get to 30, though. That's the big thing. He's gaining life every time we do this. If he gets to 30, 𝐿𝑒nda gets insane. We got to be real careful. Alright, we'll find another blue, I guess. We'll just grab green. Let's go. I don't know. I guess we want to turn you face up. And then we want to crew with you. And make another dude. Right? But I mean, everything else, we kind of want to save. Screw it. Who cares if this thing becomes a 10-10? We're just gonna double block it with tokens. We're just gonna double block it with tokens. So it's fine. It's fine. Another Authority of the Consuls. Okay, well, we definitely want to make as many boys as we can right now then. So you gain less life. And then we want to crew this one with this one, since the vehicles count as merfolk as well. Now, go crazy, Seba. Whatever you want. We made all of the merfolk we could before the second authority of the consoles hit, so you gain the least amount of life possible. We've got plenty of chump blockers. If we still had the merfolk lord, I think it got exiled. Yeah, the Vodalian Hexcatcher. We'd be countering every spell he's playing right now too, which is awesome.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's
Sure.
not my fault.
Goodbye, Leyline.
You won't be outsmarting me.
We may want to play a second Leyline just in case he has enchantment removal. Make it a merfolk. We need to draw. How do we draw? I don't know that we do. I don't know that we do. We need to find the good stuff, baby. We're digging. Schooner. Target creature that crewed it this turn explores. When it attacks. Do we want to attack? I don't think we want to attack. Yeah, it's just gonna die to the Elenda, and he's gonna gain 10 more life. Seems bad. So I think we're good. Yeah, we're done. We can't draw cards, but we can Defiant Savior, or Defiant Survivor at least. It's better than nothing. I believe we have to flip this thing face up on our turn. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go green. 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 Flip. Alright, welcome to all of your life, good sir. Blue, blue, blue. Since he's gonna make me discard it anyway, we're gonna play a backup one in case he has any kind of enchantment destruction. We're gonna end the turn. So only 7 chump blockers now. And we're gonna make 1, 2, 3 more merfolk. He's gonna gain 6 more life. But we need the Lord in order to win. Like, every time we make a 1-1, he gains 2. Which means we're never going to be wide enough to just Alpha Strike. It's going to take 2 attacks. Because he's gaining double the life of the power that we're gaining. Unless we get the Lord. Or... no, it would take the Lord. Even if we get out other pilgrimages, it's not really going to work. We just need the Lord. We need Hexcatcher. There's 3 more in the deck, so... goodbye, tapped token. Would you like to attack, sir? Eh? Would you like to attack, sir? Alright. Crew. Give me a merfolk. Crew. Crew. Alright. Are we wide enough yet? Mockingbird. You know what? I like that. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Make an Enduring Innocence. Blue. Draw a card. And now we have a flying Enduring Innocence as well. That counts as a merfolk. Which means we can start swinging in every turn. Green. Go ahead, gain all your life, it's fine. Pass the turn. Defiant Survivor. Come on, Lord. Come on, Lord. Give me that Hexcatcher. We're almost 2/3 of the way through the deck. No Hexcatcher. They don't like us, man. They don't like us. All ninjas are rats. All of them. I think our opponent might be giving up. It's possible. I'll drink to that. Mockingbird, have you heard? It's gonna fly me a mockingbird. Wait, no, buy me. Yeah, that one. Sack a creature. Oh no. Whatever will I do?
One of your friends has to leave.
Goodbye, Liliana. Beza, sure. That was a sneeze.
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
Mm-hmm. Certainly did. I don't know what he thinks he's ever going to be able to do. I think this guy's gone. Nope. He's still here for now. He's still here for now. And then all of the vehicles crew each other to get them tapped. To make more merfolk. Da 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 da. The kitten came to play. I'm trying to get through all of my things. I have a kitten in my lap now. We must crew with the guy that's off screen so we can get more. And now we have a 3-tree city, which means we have literally all of the mana in the entire world. You know what would be really funny in this deck? Leyline of Awakening. No, wait, that's the wrong card. Awaken the Woods? What's the one that makes all the forest tokens? That card. That would be wonderful. Sure. Make a fishy. Draw some cards. I would also like to draw a card. I cannot believe we are 2/3 of the way through our deck and we've only seen one Hexcatcher the whole game. Crazy. There it is! There it is, guys. There it is. Ooh, Meeting of Minds. I'll keep that. I don't think I want to play it yet. Honestly. We'll tap you. Because we want to get... Oh, you know what? We're going to lose the Meeting of Minds anyway. To the Defiant Survivors. But I think we're going to win next turn. Alright, we'll swing with the flyer. Get in for 2. Alright, we're going to buff it up and get in for 3. Oh. And then next turn, boys. Next turn we've got all the gas. All the gas. Come on, give me another one. Nope, doesn't want to give me another one. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, you're up past 80 life. 3 tree city. Literally have all of the mana in the world. We can make like 50 mana with this 3 tree city by the time we're done making all the other merfolk that we're gonna make. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. He's finally swinging. He's finally swinging. Do like 10 of them here. And we'll do like 6 of them here. We'll do like 5 more here, just in case. 18 blockers. That's fine. Get out of there, Elenda. Can't even handle it, dude. Elenda got lost. Sorry, friend. Day late and $1 short. Pay a mana. I think he just realized. Yeah, you're never landing. You are never landing another non-creature spell for the rest of the game. It's not happening. Pay a mana. Yes, it is countered. It is in fact countered. No, you're not getting that either. We just talked about this. We just had a conversation about this exact thing. We just had an exact conversation about this. Yes, yes. Gain all the life. It's fine. It's fine. Here we go. It's gonna be quicker to tap the rest of the guys because we can tap them all for mana because of the enduring vitalities. If he was quicker. Almost there. Now it's my turn. Let's draw some cards. Let's draw some cards, shall we? Aw, you scooped, but you have 111 life. Fine. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.